It's time for another video from Replay Music Studios.
Hi everybody, my name is Kate Victor. I'm a singer and a musician, and I am starting this web series on vocal warm-ups. So maybe you're a singer and you are looking to shake up your warm-up routine and get back to basics a little bit. Maybe you're an instrumentalist and you are looking to learn a bit more about your own voice, your body's instrument. Maybe you are someone who runs a lot of meetings and projects your voice a lot during your daily job, and your voice is tired at the end of the day and you want to learn about how to use your voice in a way that is healthy and leaves you not as fatigued at the end of the day. Whatever the reason, I'm glad you're here. So let's get started with talking about the breath. So like I said before, our voice is our body's instrument. And I like to think of our instrument as a wind instrument, like a flute or a trumpet or a saxophone, in that we use air to produce the sound. That makes our breath an extremely important component. So let's just take a moment and feel the breath moving in our body, forgetting about everything else. All right, so we're going to take our hands and put them on the sides of our rib cage, kind of this funky chicken move here. And we're just going to take a nice deep breath in. Here we go. And exhale as well. All right, and you can feel your rib cage expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. Now take your hands and put them on your belly, just a bit under your rib cage, not all the way down here. And let's take another nice deep breath and try to send your inhale all the way down to your hands. Here we go. And exhale. So maybe you felt your belly coming out like mine just did, if you could see. And what's happening there is, as the lungs inflate, your diaphragm muscle, which sits right here underneath your lungs, kind of pushes down like this as you inhale, and kind of is what makes your belly puff out a little bit as you inhale. And when you exhale, your diaphragm muscle contracts like this and kind of pushes and helps to push the air out. All right, so inhaling, diaphragm goes down, exhaling, diaphragm moves up. Now, as singers, we want to try to make our breathing as little labored as possible. We don't want to have our breaths be sounding like, because, that's just going to really fatigue our voice at the end of the day. So we want that breath to feel as relaxed as possible. So besides adjusting your posture and making sure that you're not tense in any way, let's also just try a silent breath. Okay, so when you breathe in, we don't want any kind of breathing sounds, okay? Just try to make it as silent as you can. Here we go, letting out the old air and taking that silent breath. And a silent exhale as well. Let's do one more. Silent breath in. And a silent breath out. Great. So another exercise I like to do to think of the breath in a different way and maybe coordinate my body in a different way is trying to get the inhale to be more of a release. An inhale as a singer should not feel labored. It should be your recharge. This is kind of a weird thing to think about because people think of like an exhale as a release, like a sigh or a yawn. But really when we're singing and we're vocalizing, that's happening over the exhale. So you may be singing these long phrases and then find yourself gasping for air like this. Okay, and that's something that's not productive. So we really want the breath to feel like a release, like you've just taken a deep dive underwater, and that breath is that first gulp of air that just falls right into your lungs. So place your hands on your belly again, and this time we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to exhale on a shh sound. And you're going to hold out that shh sound until you can't hold it out any longer and you're squeezing every last little bit of air out. And then you're going to let that air kind of fall down into the belly. And again, with that kind of silent breath that we did before. Okay, so let's try it together. Here we go. Hands on the belly, let out your old air. Take a nice silent breath in. Here we go. And exhale on that shh sound. Here we go. And keep it going for as long as you can until you really feel like you're squeezing out every last bit. The ab muscles are working, diaphragm muscle is working, and release that air in silently. Good. And maybe you felt your belly kind of go, as mine did. It's hard to see in a YouTube video, but you really want to feel the muscles of the lower torso relax as you inhale. Okay, so let's try it again. Nice silent breath in. And exhaling on that, shh, here we go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all that last bit of air out and release that air in. Here we go. Good, let's try another one. And release that air in. One more time. Good. So you can do this exercise as many times as feels right so that you can really engage with the release of that inhale. You know, if you get frustrated and don't feel like you're getting that feeling, that's okay. It took me a long time to to coordinate this in my body, and everybody's body is different. The way we breathe is a habit that, you know, it's involuntary. It's something that we do constantly and we don't even think about. So it's literally the longest forming habit you could possibly have. So, you know, not to worry about if it feels difficult or hard to achieve that feeling. You know, I like engaging in this exercise on a daily basis, whether I'm about to do warm-ups or I'm integrate it as a part of my vocal warm-ups. And it's just a great way to kind of focus on the breath and kind of let go of everything else. And that's definitely my inner yogi talking a little bit. But anyway, I hope this exercise helped you. Thanks so much. Thanks for tuning into my first video. My next video is going to be about lip trills, which is going to be really fun. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to get it out by next week. Have a great day.